Hello and welcome to Valencia in Spain for rounds 5 and 6 of the 2015 TCR International Series. After races in Malaysia and China, the series has moved to Europe for the next 4 race weekends. And the Spanish event began with 2 long test sessions on the Friday that gave the teams and drivers a chance to look at setups and get some much-needed lap time. On to Saturday and the 2-part qualifying session, split up into Q1 and Q2. Among the first drivers to leave the pit lane was Igor Shkuz, who'd switched to a West Coast Racing Honda Civic for Spain, while the 2 Campos Racing Opel Astras made a welcome return to the series after missing the 2 races in Shanghai. There have been 4 different winners from the 4 races held so far, with both the target competition drivers, Stefano Comini and Andrea Bellicchi, among those 4. Both drivers were in the top 12 in Q1 and so made it through to the second stage of qualifying, as did the winner of round 3, Gianni Morbidelli, who came to Valencia carrying the maximum 30 kilos of success ballast. The tight, twisty Ricardo Tormo track caught out several drivers during the session, with the Engstler Motorsport Audi TT of Mikhail Grachev taking to the gravel at one point, as did Igor Shkuz later on in Q1. Neither the Russian nor the Ukrainian made it through to Q2. With only around 15 seconds of Q1 remaining, Sergei Avanasiev set the fastest time, but his decision to put on fresh tyres would cost him any chance of repeating the feat in the second part of the session. It was, though, another of the Kraft Bamboo Lukoil Seats that would claim the fastest Q2 time. Deciding to strike out on his own, Pepe Oriola stormed around the 4-kilometre circuit and, despite the smallest of driving errors, set the quickest lap time to claim pole position for race 1. His father, also called Pepe, was clearly delighted, and with the Campos Racing team also getting one of its rejuvenated Opels into the top 8, it was clearly a good day for the Spanish.
I'm really happy because, this if it's somewhere I have to make the pole position, it's here in my home race, and you can be better. It's first position, and I'm really happy with the team. I want to say thanks to Seat because they have been working a lot.
And TCR for us, it's a very good opportunity to come back, providing the best tires we have today with a very professional organization. TCR organization is for us fantastic partner, and we are very happy because it's a worldwide opportunity. So we can go in many countries where we have interest also in developing our brand and making a tire with better knowledge to the, let's say, the street customers. From my point of view, I have 2 main strengths. The very first are strong car makers involved. Obviously all the Volkswagen Group, but also Honda, Opel, and probably more in the future. So for us it's very interesting. And second one, as close as possible from what we call the track to street. I mean making a bridge between racing technology and the street technology. The cars are very close to the car you and me we can buy tomorrow morning in our own cities. And for us it's interesting also because this gives a very strong support to this track to street philosophy we have. And we are happy to be partner. And here all the feedback we have from the teams they are very happy with the consistency of the performance, with the fact that tires provide them opportunity to find the car setup. The time laps are very fast and very consistent. I mean, you have the first time lapse very quick, and 5 or 6 or 7 laps later on, the time laps are exactly the same. And for the team, this is very important. And they know that, okay, today we are here, next weekend we'll be in Portimao. Before we came from Shanghai, from Sepang. The tires are the same, the settings are the same, and they have no surprise with the tires. They know where they were 1 week before, where they will be 1 week after, and this is very important for the teams, and this is the way we like to make racing.
Hola, buenos dias. Welcome to race day here at the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia in eastern Spain for not only rounds 5 and 6 of the TCR International Series, but the start of the series European leg. 4 race meetings in the next 5 weekends, and it all starts here in Valencia. 4 kilometers, a very tight, twisty circuit, described as a circuit within a stadium, surrounded by hillsides in a natural bowl in the countryside. 14 corners and lap times in the 140s or thereabouts. 2 races this afternoon for you, both 15 laps in duration. Qualifying, though, went very well for the man on the left of your screen, Pepe Oriola. We're looking for the lights to go on, they go off, and we're racing. Away goes Oriola. Brilliant start, both from him and from Avanasiev, I think that is, who goes through. And look at that on the left. Jordi Genet on the grass alongside one of the target competition cars, but Oriola makes it through with Avanasiev in second place, and then it's the TT of Franz Engstler alongside I think it's Stefano Camini on the left-hand side. Forgive me, it's Andrea Bellicchi. Contact there with Engstler getting it sideways and Noguez in the Opel involved. The blue Seat you see there of one of our entries making their appearance for the first time in the TCR International Series, David Cebrian, another of the Spanish drivers. Up goes the inside. That is Stefano Camini making a move on Mikhail Grachev. Yes, there's Grachev in between the 2 target competition cars. There's Gianni Morbidelli. And there are the 2 other Hondas of Kevin Gleeson. We're on board with Kevin Gleeson at the back of the field, looking that scrap at ahead of him. 3 Seats virtually line abreast, and no, thought there was going to be contact there. This is the tight, twisty infield here at Valencia. Used very much for bike racing. And a complete change to the very wide tracks with which we started the year. And let's take a look at the back of Mikhail Grachev's car. Some fantastic onboard shots this weekend, allowing us to really get in amongst the action. Grachev having retaken that place. Grachev still ahead of, and Engstler out of the car, so that, I suspect, would be the end of his race as we look at the top 6. Grachev still ahead of Comini. There they are, with Michel Nukier behind. Let's take a look at the start again. Brilliant start from Pepe Oriola. Not such a good start for the 3 target competition cars, but look at Jordi Genet on the left there, taking to the grass. Let's see if we can take a look at this. This would be from Genet's car. Indeed it would be. There's Nukier on a little nudge. Jordi just says, here I am, I'm coming through. You look up ahead to see Mikhail Grachev. No, of course, that's Franz Engstler. We're right at the start of the race. Engstler making contact. Very nearly halfway through this 15-lap race. There's Avanasiev, there's Genet. Not quite close enough to make a move, I suspect, but putting pressure on his teammate. And everybody talking yesterday about, and what's this? This is Cipriano making a move on Oscar Noguez. Reasonably wide between the 2. This is once again, can she go through? That's Lucille Cipriano. This is the battle, though, that we touched on earlier. Oscar Noguez in the Opel Astra. And going through on the inside, finally, after several laps of having a go, Lucille Cipriano. The first and hopefully not the last lady driver we'll see in TCR International. Just getting past Oscar Noguez. And so, 15 cars still running. Jordi Oriola. Just as I was saying, 15 cars still running. Franz Engstler comes out of the pits to rejoin. Now, you may wonder why on earth he would do that with so many laps lost in the pits. But again, at this stage of the car's development, every lap is a bonus. Every chance to put mileage on the car gives the driver more experience and gives the team more knowledge of what's going on with the car. Igor Shkuz pulls up, and that will be at turn 12, where Shkuz went through the gravel in qualifying, and Shkuz, in his 3rd different car in 3 race weekends, pulls up. So Seats, as we thought, dominating the Spanish rounds of the TCR International Series so far. There's our race leader who starts his final lap, Pepe Oriola. Then it's Sergei Afanasyev, and then Jordi Jannet moves quite aggressively across, forcing Afanasyev to defend. This could be a cracking final lap. Jannet, possibly having saved his tyres, looks up the inside for the left-hander at turn 2, but no, not close enough to make it stick. But look at that, the gap has really closed up now between the two teammates. Afanasyev forced to defend from Jordi Jannet, with a gap back to Andrea Bellicchi. And then you see in the distance the gap for 5th, 6th and 7th still going on. There's Afanasyev, there's Jannet, and yes, the gap does appear to be too great as they go round the left-hander onto the start-finish straight for the final time. And there is the checkered flag awaiting Pepe Oriolo, flashes his lights in delight, as does Sergei Afanasyev. He's done enough to hold off Jordi Jannet. There should be the confirmation, indeed it is. Afanasyev finishes 2nd, Jannet 3rd, Andrea Bellicchi 4th, Mikhail Grachev 5th.
Pepe win, the first, win.
Confirmation of the results of round 5. Pepe Oriola winning from Sergei Afanasyev, Jordi Jannet, Andrea Bellicchi, Mikhail Grachev, Stefano Comini, Michel Nucchia, Gianni Morbidelli getting 8th, Bas Schouten 2 points on his debut, and Lorenzo Vaglia rounding off the top 10 point-scoring positions.
Pepe Oriola, your first victory of the season in your home racetrack. Good result for you.
Yeah, really good. I had a really good start, especially it was a bit tough because I didn't see the 5-second panel because I was so close to the tower. And I had a good start. I tried to push at the beginning a little bit and then managed to have the same gap, especially with the tires were going a little bit down. My brakes too, it's too hot and I have some problems in my brakes, but I didn't have to fight with anyone, so just control my teammates behind. So really good race, really happy to win here. I want to say thanks to all the sponsors, SEAT, and my dad especially.
That then is round 5 of the TCR International Series done and dusted. We move immediately on to round 6 with the wonders of technology. That happened a little earlier on, but we now join the grid live. And this time, it's not a SEAT on pole position because of the reversed grid system. The top 10 from Q2 are reversed for the grid for race 2. And so it's Gianni Morbidelli there you saw on the left-hand side, who will start from pole. A hot old day here in Valencia, 33 degrees air temperature, the track a scorching 50 degrees. And somebody running up to one of the cars, a door possibly unfastened in Mikhail Grachev's car. The marshal's sorting it out. The green flag is waved. That's the signal that they're all in position. The red light should go on. Indeed they do. They go out very quickly and we're away. And the Opel makes a stunning start. Gianni Morbidelli, not a great start. Oscar Noguez alongside on the left hand. So and contact, no! What was I saying about no contact in race 1? Oscar Noguez just tipped into a spin and collecting another car as he went through. Loads of cars running wide on that left-hander. And I dare say we'll see a repeat of that incident from a number of angles as the cars stream through. But after a brilliant start from Oscar Noguez in the Opel, and no surprise, the safety car being deployed, yellow flags out to clear away the debris from that incident away from the start line. Watch this. This is that amazing start from Oscar Noguez, up alongside Gianni Morbidelli on the inside line for the left-hander at turn 1. We don't then see the actual incident, but Noguez takes out Jordi Jannet, pushes Jannet into the barriers. Let's have a look from the other angle. Now, it's contact from Morbidelli, who tips Oscar Noguez into a spin and takes out the unsuspecting Jordi Jannet, who will... Right, there is Noguez in front, who moves left alongside Gianni Morbidelli. Then there's contact between the pair, and then here comes Noguez tipping Jordi Jannet. A lesson about jinxing things during race 1, and also that's the incident that put paid to Mikhail Grachev. Contact with his team leader, it would appear, Franz Engstler, and causing damage to the front right of the car. green flag is waved. We are racing once again. Comini then from Nukia, from Avanasiev from Oriola. Beliki in 5th, Schouten in 6th. David Sebrian already having a look at the inside of Bas Schouten. Then it's Lucille Cipriano, Franz Enschler behind her. And Oriola already having done what he needed to do, just getting past Avanasiev. So the two target competition men ahead of him. Next in his sights, Michal Nukia, and that is Igor Shkuz, who pulls up on track. And there's no way that he'll be able to stay in that position unless that's a repeat of his race 1 incident where he can get going again. Behind Avanasiev, Andrea Beliki, Bas Schouten, you see there David Sebrian already diving up the inside for the right-hander. Has Sebrian got the line? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Jordi Oriola now having come into the pits. So disappointment for Campos. We look down the start-finish straight. There's our race leader, Stefano Comini. Michel Nukia defending from Pepe Oriola, knowing he has a job to do to keep Oriola from grabbing that second place. Although you have to say, that may potentially be just a matter of time. Nukia defending aggressively. We're looking from Oriola's car as they go round the left-hander at turn 2. Oriola just having a look up the inside, but no, Nukia will, just edging Nukia out. But Nukia will have the line for the right-hander. Indeed he does. Just still fending off Oriola, who gets up the inside. Contact between the pair. They're side by side going up to the left-hander. But indeed, it looks to be... No, indeed, Oriola having to just give ground to Nukia. A great battle developing here for second place. As you just briefly saw, Stefano Comini leave frame as our race leader. Nukia defending from Pepe Oriola. In second place, Oriola, though, again looks to move up. Has he got up alongside Nukia? Does he force him? Indeed. Contact, the lightest of contact between the two, forcing Nukia to run wide. He comes back at Oriola, but he's not done enough. Oriola coming back, and also the second of the target competition cars. That's Andrea Beliki also having a look. Can he do anything to help Nukia? A terrific scrap between the three now for second place as Stefano Comini heads off. There's clouds of tyre smoke coming from Oriola's front right-hand tyre after contact. The bodywork potentially rubbing on the tyre. There is Schouten. Oriola, having suffered from that over-exuberance, that lunge up the contact. We'll hopefully take a look at that from a replay. But he coming off, Pepe Oriola coming off worst from that contact. He's now behind Bas Schouten. As Franz Enschler takes a look up the inside of Lucille Cipriano, and also Lorenzo Vaglia up alongside his team leader. Vaglia in the Seat, Enschler in the Audi, with the two Hondas behind also taking a look. That's Kevin Gleeson with Gianni Morbidelli just behind. So that's the scrap for 8th place. This is the collision with Nukia that caused the problem for Pepe Oriola. Look, Nukia coming back at him. So there's the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Let's keep an eye on this battle for a lap or two. Michel Nukia in 2nd place, and if he continues in 2nd, that'll be his best result in the TCR series. There is Bas Schouten, Pepe Oriola behind Schouten's red, white and blue Seat Leon. And Lucille Cipriano, we saw possibly tyre smoke coming from her car. She ran wide at turn 1. I'm guessing damage caused by contact means the retirement of Lucille Cipriano, who had been running as high as 11th. Again, looking from Enschler's car, and one of the, in fact, Enschler having a problem. That was Gleeson and Avanasiev. In fact, both Hondas and Avanasiev have got past Franz Enschler, and he comes into the pits. Scouten looks again as they go round turn 14 onto the start-finish straight. He takes the left-hand line, but both cars virtually identical, and so nothing in it as they cross the start-finish line. But Oriola switches to the left line. Has he got the line? Can he fend off? Yes, Scouten decides discretion is the better part of valor, decides to go past him again. Brilliant driving from the 20-year-old Bas Scouten, and holds the line, hold his nerve for the left-hander. And so, although third position changed hands ever so briefly at turn 1, Scouten recovers brilliantly to come back at Pepe Oriola, and so retakes third position. But that takes a little of the pressure off Michel Nukia in second place, with Scouten and Oriola battling for third. And drive-through penalties being handed out by race control for overtaking during the safety car. Sergei Afanasiev gets a drive-through penalty, as does Lorenzo Vaglia. In fact, 6 cars get drive-through penalties, including, you saw there, Pepe Oriola, 74. So 74 is Oriola, 77 is Afanasiev. And there is Vaglia taking his drive-through. He goes through, so that's one of the 5 cars that'll take the penalty. We're coming to the end of lap 14 from 17. In comes Pepe Oriola to take his drive-through. And as Oriola goes through the pits, observing the pit lane speed limit. Through also comes Sergei Afanasiev. 77. So the Craft Bamboo Lukoil team telling both their drivers to come through. And confirmation also from race control that the incident between cars 19 and 88, that's Oscar Nogues and Jordi Genet, will be investigated after the race. So that will go to the stewards for investigation later. But that will be decided. It has no effect on our leaderboard. And they come back onto the start-finish straight. What will happen now? Cebrian comes in, overtaking Scouten. So Scouten into the pits, running very slowly. Cebrian also into the pits, but Beliki still out as the cars are on their final lap. There is our race leader, Stefano Camini, cruising, it would seem. Stefano Camini, having driven brilliantly, avoided the dramas at that first corner of this race. And he will be more than happy that Vanessa has looked after him once again. And as he heads down around turn 13, just one more corner, turn 14, named Adrian Campos, stands between Stefano Camini and his second win of the year. He drives up to take the checkered flag. Our congratulations to him, his arm already out of the window, pumping the air in celebration. Behind him you see Michel Nukia taking second place. So there is confirmation. Nukia, Beliki having crossed the line in third place, Gianni Morbidelli fourth, Kevin Gleeson fifth, the two Hondas, and then looking down the order, some of our non-finishers, Lucille Cipriano.
The car was incredible fast. We had old tire, but the setup was incredible, and this was for me like a test because the gap was 5 second gap. I tried to push all the race to try this setup, and it's perfetto.
Stefano Comini.
One footnote from Valencia, Beliki might have finished on the podium, but the stewards later excluded him for missing that drive-through penalty. Dramas galore from Spain then, but Seat, Pepe Oriola and Stefano Camini are happy enough. Next, around 7 and 8 in Portimao in Portugal, but from Valencia, goodbye.